So at the Game Awards 2019, Microsoft revealed arguably one of the biggest bombs that you could expect from this event. Of course, the PlayStation 5 has been the talk of the town. Everyone's been talking about the PlayStation 5, but everyone seems to have forgotten about the Xbox Scarlett, or now as it is known, the Xbox Series X, because we got a world premiere trailer for the Xbox Series X. So I want to go over this trailer with you guys, show you guys the different stuff that we learned in this trailer, and then talk about some subsequent information that was given on Microsoft's website for this system. Now, one thing you're going to notice about the Xbox Series X is just the look of the system is very, very different than I think a lot of people are accustomed to when it comes to a home console, because, well, it really doesn't look like a home console. It honestly looks more like a PC tower or something that mimics that. So it definitely looks very different in terms of what you would expect from a home console. But as you can see here in this presentation, they did a little Forza tease, they did a little bit of a FIFA-like tease, and then of course they teased the Master Chief, because Halo is of course one of Microsoft's most dominant brands, and one of the biggest brands out there. And this is where you get a look at the system, how it sort of, yes, it indeed does look like a tower. It doesn't look like your conventional video game system. Some people may be turned off by that. Obviously, Microsoft is sort of pushing away from the traditional home console. I'm kind of okay with it. I think it looks unique. I think it makes it sort of stand out. You can see that there is a disk drive on that, which of course is a very important thing. Now, besides that, we actually got a look at the first game for the Xbox Series X that has been revealed, and that is Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. And I'm not quite sure if it's pronounced Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga or Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, but the trailer was supposedly using everything in game. It was supposedly all real-time sort of stuff, so that's pretty cool. But you got to keep in mind, you see a lot of things when video game consoles are released in terms of tech demos, in terms of what you should sort of expect from these things. But Ninja Theory, you know, they did a fantastic job with the original Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. That game was absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys play that. It is available on the Nintendo Switch, and it is also available on the Xbox One. Of course, I believe it's still on Xbox Game Pass, which is pretty important as well if you don't want to spend any money. But you can see this trailer honestly reminded me a lot of a death metal video. Like, we didn't really see much in terms of gameplay, but supposedly, like I said, all this is being done in real time. You can see Senua just sort of screaming, like doing those guttural vocals, she's getting really into it. And the game itself honestly looks very creepy. I am almost catching some sort of Outlast vibes to it, especially in this scene here. Looks like some sort of sacrifices going on. Obviously, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, it's sort of in line with the game, but these visuals are definitely very, very impressive. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I think this is what the actual final game will look like in terms of animations and things like that. I think it could look somewhat close to it, but like I said, tech demos usually just sort of showcase the power of the system and not necessarily what the end product is going to be. Of course, they could always just say, oh, well, this was just an in-game engine, this was an in-game CGI trailer, and then the gameplay itself looks a little bit different. But you can see, there's some weird, creepy stuff going on here. It didn't really talk much about the actual gameplay that you'll see in Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, but I'm definitely very interested in this game. I think this game is going to be very cool because I am a fan of the first game in the franchise. Of course, it's a little bit cooler than something like Bleeding Edge. Now, over on Microsoft's website, we did get the first information about the Xbox Series X besides the stuff that we saw in these trailers. So I just want to go over some of this information with you guys and share my thoughts on it. Starting in the second paragraph, Xbox Series X will be our fastest, most powerful console ever and set a new bar for performance, speed, and compatibility, allowing you to bring your gaming legacy, thousands of games from 3 generations, and move it forward with you. Now, that doesn't say it's going to be traditional. Now, that doesn't say it's going to be backwards compatible in a traditional sense. I think it will be somewhat, at least with Xbox One discs. Of course, they're probably going to push things like Game Pass as well, as Game Pass allows you to play games from the previous Xbox generations. Its industrial design enables us to deliver 4 times the processing power of Xbox One X in the most quiet and efficient way, something that is critically important to delivering truly immersive gameplay. We also designed this Xbox Series X to support both vertical and horizontal orientation. It's bold and unique, much like our fans around the world and our team of collaborators and inventors and innovators who built it. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, you can stand it vertically, you can stand it horizontally. I probably will go with the tower design. I think that the tower design is fine. You know, it's definitely very different, but it's something cool. Now we have some information on the controller as well. Alongside Xbox Series X, we also unveiled the new Xbox wireless controller. Its size and shape have been refined to accommodate an even wider range of people, and it also features a new share button to make capturing screenshots and game clips simple, and an advanced D-pad derived from the Xbox Elite Series 2 wireless controller. The new Xbox controller will be compatible with Xbox One and Windows 10 PCs, and will be included with every Xbox Series X. So there's actually some very interesting information there. The share button obviously is something that is brand new. We did see the share button on the PS4 controller. It seemed like a lot of people like that. It was very easy to do. Of course, the Nintendo Switch has a capture button on it as well, where you could simply capture either pictures or small videos of games. So it looks like that's something that is going to be a standard for gaming in the future as far as companies doing their controllers. They're obviously wanting to do things like this with controllers and increase just the worlds of these games, increase the compatibility, increase things like playing and sharing your experiences with people across the globe. I do think it's interesting to look at the D-pad. I'm not 100% sold on that D-pad. I haven't heard how the Xbox Elite Series 2 wireless controller, or the Xbox Elite Series Wireless 2 controller, is basically done as far as the D-pad is concerned. It looks kind of circular to me, you know, not really like a traditional D-pad, but I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I do think it's very interesting that they did say that the wireless controller will be compatible with the Xbox One, though, because obviously they're not really wanting to fully get rid of the Xbox One as far as keeping it in people's memories. You know, that's kind of cool that the controller will be backwards compatible. That's not something that you traditionally see. You usually see things like forwards compatibility, like the Wiimote working, of course, with the Wii U, but you don't really see things going backwards compatible, so that's pretty cool. They did say some more stuff about Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. It looks like that is the proper way to say the game. The footage shared tonight was captured in-engine and reflects the power of the Xbox Series X, available to developers to deliver new universes, experiences, and games in ways you have never imagined. So basically, like I said, it's essentially a tech demo that we saw. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though, but they did give you guys some actual concrete information on the Xbox Series X. From a technical standpoint, this will manifest as world-class visuals in 4K at 60 frames per second, with the possibility for up to 120 frames per second, including support for variable refresh rate and 8K compatibility. So this thing is going to be an absolute beast, powered by our custom designed processor, leveraging the latest Zen 2 and next generation RDNA architecture from our partners at AMD. Xbox Series X will deliver hardware accelerated ray tracing and a new level of performance never before seen in a console. Additionally, our patented variable rate shading VRS technology will allow developers to get even more out of the Xbox Series X GPU, and our next generation SSD will virtually eliminate load times and bring players into gaming worlds as fast as possible. So that honestly is very cool stuff. You know, I'm not big on the tech side of things. I want to see how it is in action, but I think that's pretty promising. Now, they did talk very briefly about the 4 generations of gamings. One thing we're most proud of with the Xbox Series X is the promise we're delivering to our fans who have continued to invest in Xbox. Thanks to backwards compatibility, you can expect your gaming legacy, thousands of your favorite games across 4 generations of gaming, all your Xbox One gaming accessories, and industry-leading services like Xbox Games Pass to be available when you power on your Xbox Series X in holiday of 2020. We're also investing in consumer-friendly pathways to game ownership across generations, leading the way with our first-party titles including Halo Infinite in 2020. We are committed to ensuring that games from Xbox Game Studios support cross-generation entitlements, that your achievements and game saves are saved across devices. As we branch out and extend our gaming to more people around the world, console gaming will remain at the heart of the Xbox offering. Game creators and Globe Studios are hard at work building content from Xbox Series X, and our 15-game Xbox Game Studios are developing the largest and most creatively diverse lineup of Xbox exclusive games in our history. So there's a lot of information here. We learned a lot about the Xbox Series X. I'm not completely sold on the name or anything like that. I think they could have went, you know, kind of with a different name, but I think Xbox is doing a good job. Now, the question is, why would they do this at the Game Awards instead of doing it at their own sort of presentation? Obviously, that's what Sony's going to do with the PS5. That will be unveiled more than likely at a big Sony event, but Microsoft Microsoft kind of went in a different direction. They decided to use the build up of the Game Awards 2019 in order to showcase this system, and honestly, I'm excited for it. You know, I will be picking up an Xbox Series X the day it comes out. I will be picking up a PS5 the day it comes out. New technology, new video game consoles are always very fun stuff, so this was a huge announcement, completely out of left field. I think many people expected the Xbox Series X to be at this event, but I think a lot of people are probably glad that it was at this event. So let me know in the comments section down below what you think of the Xbox Series X, what you saw from it, and what you think of the design of the system itself. It's a very plain looking system. Obviously, you know, there doesn't seem like there's a lot of bells and whistles on it. It definitely looks a lot like a PC tower. It is interesting that Microsoft is trying to reassure people that they are in this for the console side of things and not necessarily trying to branch out too far, but definitely a very exciting time for video games, a very exciting time for the world of video games, and 2020 is just going to be absolutely crazy with announcements for stuff like this. But let me know what you think of everything in the comments section down below, and as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I will be doing subsequent videos on the Game Awards, sharing my thoughts on it, so be on the lookout for those, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.